first quarter and how this chemistry is showing up big time for this team. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. The Ducks ready to kick it away first. He'll bring it out. It's Lockett. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Here's Brown to begin the drive. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4. Big picture, guys, this certainly isn't an all-or-nothing game. Long season ahead. But how much fun is it to have a top-5 clash like this one early?
It's so much fun, and you don't have to be a fan of just these two top-5 teams. If you're a fan of college football, you're honing in on this game because you're going to learn a lot here, David.
Yeah, and the fans are going to be like, overrated. This is why the preseason polls stink. We get a chance to prove ourselves with some of these teams that hasn't done a lot on the resume yet. Now, today is a resume builder.
Finds his big tight end. He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Finds his man. It's Brown. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So after getting nabbed for holding, it's second and long. Here's Arts to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Townsend. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Well, one of the reasons why it's hard to run against this defense is because of that guy right there. He's one of the best D tackles in the game, and he's got tremendous explosiveness.
He's going for it all. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Longhorns.
And you can't draw it up any better. How do you shut a home crowd up? One of the best crowds in college football, you come in on the first drive and you handle your business. You get in the end zone. Palmer, this place was going absolutely berserk, and strangely, one possession in, it got really quiet.
That was really impressive from an execution standpoint, too. Obviously, you script those plays on your first possession. You practice them all week. It was so important, especially in this game, because you're right. This is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football. We've seen these fans, when they get rolling, it's like a tidal wave, and they just engulf teams and take games over. Great job by the offense early, executing and quieting this crowd down.
Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
Well, you're trailing in the game. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
Here's more to throw. Here's a heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of them.
Ball is loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier and swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then following up for a massive fumble recovery.
The run inside. It Smothers. Picks up the first down. There he goes. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Longhorn.
You know, sudden change situations are so interesting because oftentimes in that kind of instance, you get the ball back on a turnover and offenses are trying to take a shot looking for the home run touchdown. But that time, they just turned around and handed it off. It was a more conservative play call, David, but it gave them the same desired result.
Well, and it's kind of crazy. When you force that turnover, everybody goes bananas. The sidelines going nuts. You get a little bit of extra juice, and then they hand the football off, and everybody does their job. They capitalize on it. Momentum swings happen so fast in college football.
Throwing more. Bringing the heat. And down he goes. A defense bringing the heat.
And that's absolutely going to be one of the keys to this football game. Keep the rabbit in the cage, man. Don't let him get outside that pocket, start bouncing out wide. That's where he'll do a lot of his damage with all that speed. That is a big key for this defense. Great job here early in the football game.
And look, this guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Firing to the right, complete. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. More to throw for it on 4th down. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Manning. Safe completion on the screen. They'll stop him just short of the 1st down marker on the screen.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Quarterback keeps it. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Arch is going to throw for it. Zings it complete to the right. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
He'll do it himself on the draw. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And with the extra point, they're up 21-0.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Moore will throw. Here's the pressure. Breaks loose. And he's dragged down.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Dante Moore. Pressure coming. Finds his man. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
QBs, when they see these zone coverages, man, some of them panic. Some of them throw it too quickly and can make bad decisions. I like how he waited a little bit, waited for the right window, the right opportunity. There's always going to be holes in zones.
Makes the catch, and he's free. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. Pocket breaking down. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. They get to the line quickly.
Well, this guy's getting himself into a rhythm here early. You just saw a beautiful throw in the previous play. Now he's showing off the speed, and you can't blame him.
There he goes. The tag. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Here's Manning to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Looking for a man. It's Manning. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
This offense has it with really good field position. Running inside. It's Davison. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He might want another play. Moore. A little release to the back. Touchdown, Ducks! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead as we look at the stats of what has been an offensive showcase so far. And he's going to bring this one out. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think he can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
So now it's 2nd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. March Madness. This one's complete.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can hear yourself think on third down here in Autzen. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good third down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you want. Like the interception, the turnover. Good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them. You know, God bless Texas because they can lose great running backs, and they just go into the portal and they get a great running back. Oh, no. They got two great running backs. To get Smothers, to get Brown to come over. Obviously, guys with experience at big-time universities. I expect Texas to be able to run the football. And, Jesse, have one of the best 1-2 punches in all of college football.
Yeah, I mean, they want to come play with Arch Manning, let's be honest. And they know it's an offense that defenses are going to be worried about the deep ball, throwing it downfield. So a lot of soft boxes to run into, and there's really no excuse for why these running backs shouldn't absolutely stat it up this year. Steve Sarkisian told us they're going to be committed to running the football and having balance. Because of those names you just mentioned, we're expecting this running game to be elite.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next.
Makes a grab and room to run. Makes the stop at the 35-yard line. They rip off 15 yards on that one, and they are rolling. The Longhorns, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Pulled down at the 29 after getting 5.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense. Fourth down, Manning. Going for it all. Touchdown, Texas. Put 6 on the board.
As quarterbacks, you want to find your best matchup in these critical fourth downs. He found it and took a shot, and it paid off. Huge touchdown.
And the extra point splits the uprights.
28, Oregon, 14.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Throws to the back. That's caught. It's Hill. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
And I think great offenses find a way to get their playmakers the football in space. Nice job designing the wheel route. It's good versus man. It's good versus zone. Nice route. Nice catch by the running back.
Finds a man on the left. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. It's not just the dual threat guy. You go back to Dan Fouts or Bill Musgrave or even Justin Herbert, and passers not in short supply for the Ducks.
And when you think about the Ducks, you always think about the fancy uniforms. I think that's one of the first things that come to mind, but the guys you just named, it's been built on flash, but it's also been built on substance. Great players in their tradition, in their history, and just like now, just in the recent history, Bo Nix, another one of those guys that's put up big numbers.
And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Might be calling a hot route.
Go, go.
Dante Moore wants to throw again. Here comes the heat. Headed to the end zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Oregon! After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into it.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. Motion from the wideout. To throw, Manning. Dumps it to the back. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you. And I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing.
And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. Trying to take it back. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. To the air, it's Manning. Lets it fly. He's got it down the field. Just what they were looking for, a huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
Man, that is textbook football one-on-one. It's what every defensive coordinator is yelling on the sidelines. Sudden change, they want to be aggressive, capitalize on the momentum. They force the turnover on defense. Offense, they take a shot down the field, and they connect.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense. They're allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Smothers. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorns! Ready to try the point after. And they stay on target with the extra point, up 35-21. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. Fielded in the end zone, it's fair. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Here's Moore to throw. Under fire. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, this defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman-caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Quarterback making checks. Moore to the air. That's caught. It's Moore. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown, cut into their opponent's lead.
And every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get...
And the quarterback is toast back at the 35. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
Yeah, and how about this defense, man? That's the third sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
Throwing more. Makes the catch. It's Hill. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. From the gun on third down, Dante Moore. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
They were unfazed by that earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. Making side adjustments here. Fourth down, Moore. Makes the grab. Open space at the 25. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So a drive there of 85 yards. And the capper coming on that 48-yard touchdown dart. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Inside a half minute to play. Would they dare go for a score here? Buys a little time. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
They're dealing with a second and long. They'll move the tight end. Throwing Manning. Fires to the middle. And here's the third interception of the night. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Moore will throw. Looking for a huge play. And he tried to take the top off with the first play of the drive and got nothing to show for it.
Well, after getting the takeaway now, you're in the fringe area just outside the red zone. The offense trying to stay aggressive. They're throwing it right away, seeing if they can catch the defense sleeping after now just coming on the field. But give the defense credit. They were aware. They were ready for it. Made sure that one fell incomplete.
Snags it and he's open. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Man, these windows get tighter down here in the red zone, and those catches are a little bit more contested, more people near you, and it gets a little bit more difficult. But you need your players to step up for your QB and make big plays. I think he's going to look back and say, I should have made that play.
I don't know what this says about trusting your defense, but they're going for an early onside kick down 1 possession. They're on it. They recover the onside kick, and they get it right back.
And And so many times these don't work. You practice them all week long. Nobody jump off sides. Make sure you stay on sides. Get down there as quick as you can. Hit the first person in front of you. Try to get a lucky bounce. And, man, if they didn't get one, and get the big onside kick.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
From our gorgeous Orlando studios, it's the Week 5 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin with Arizona State taking on the number 25 team, the Minnesota Golden Gophers. And it's the Sun Devils with one of the truly dazzling offensive displays we've witnessed this season. They had a scoring answer every time they needed one and win a fireworks-filled football game. They get back on track after dropping their last game, and it gets them to 3-1.
With the catch, it's Hill. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
And, man, this dude has been a weapon early in this football game. They just keep finding him. And the matchups are a problem. You want to put a linebacker on him, he's too fast for him. Continues to make catches, continues to chew up yards. You might want to think about putting a safety on him or somebody with a little bit more speed.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Dante Moore. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Makes the grab on the big throw. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Man, this has been a fun one to watch, guys. This is quarterback play at a high level. It's fun to watch guys that are executing, that are going through their progressions, making big play after big play. Both these guys, you got to tip your cap because the quarterback play so far today has been absolutely outstanding.
Got a man. It's Hill. Touchdown Ducks! With that, they grab the lead here in the second half. This dude is revving his engine like that duck coming out on a motorcycle. He is putting up points and finding the promised land.
And it's nice to have a guy that can do that. Goodness gracious, they just keep finding at Oregon as trigger men. Not only throw the football, but guys who can pick them up and put them down and make big plays.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Longhorns head out hoping to move the ball on this possession. So as soon as they step on the field here in the third quarter, they find themselves trailing, and now they'll try to answer with a score of their own. And the defense making a play and getting a hand on that pass.
I love the coverage in the back end by the secondary. That DB was glued to the wide receiver, staying right behind him. He was able to locate the ball, get his paw out there to knock it down.
Here's Arts to throw. Escapes the pressure to his right. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Manning tries to pick it up on third down. Gets it out quickly. On the sweet spin, and he's free. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Hand off for Brown. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
And finally, we see a nice gain. That's his best run of the game. And this offense works best when he is going. And then you can throw the passing game and the play action, and there's more balance. So maybe that's a sight of things to come. Maybe they can get this thing going and get back in this football game.
And he can make things happen, too. It's so important now. You see this all the time in college football. Running back by committee. This team has a lot of talent. They are a loaded backfield, and it's good to see this backup now getting some running.
Snags it, and there's running room. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. The run inside. It's Simon. Runs through the tackle. And he finds some solid space. Makes a nice gain before the defense is able to stop him.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Right back to the well. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
That's a really good job by this defense because 2nd and short, a lot of times, you're thinking pass. You're thinking they're going to try to make that big play because they're set up in a good spot. They did a great job still getting penetration, shutting down the run. Now, 3rd and short time. Probably expecting another run again. Who's going to be the most physical team?
On 4th down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. Manning to throw for it on 4th. Got it. Touchdown, Longhorn. They take the lead with that score, and number 1 all of a sudden in a little bit of trouble. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. That touchdown was a clinic in keeping your offense on the field and wearing the other defense out.
Sometimes your best defense is your own offense. Being able to stay on the field. You're absolutely right, Luis. That was a clinic. Running the ball, playing at great rhythm and pace. QB making good, smart decisions and not shooting yourselves in the foot. No penalties, no turnovers. It doesn't get any better than that last drive.
Pulls it in. It's Hill. The Ducks in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Moore. Oh, they're after him. They got him. Great pressure by this defense.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. It's complete to the right. Turns it on in midfield. Turning on the Jets. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Man, is it nice to have a guy that can do that. Goodness gracious, short pass, but he has such speed, elusiveness, vision, the whole 9. He shows you all of it right there. Catches the football, makes some people miss, gets upfield, and gets the long gain. That is so nice for a quarterback to throw it short, but you get all those yards after the catch.
On target. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
You might just think that dude's a power back, but what a great job coming out of the backfield, become a wide receiver, and then guess what? When he gets in the open field, that's not a lot of fun to try to bring to the ground. That's a big boy.
He wants to change this route. Here's Moore to throw. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And this has been the story of the night. The offensive line getting beat up. And this is why this team is losing. You got to protect your quarterback. This defense has had a field day with their 5th sack of the game.
Under fire. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this guy's been beat like a drum. He's been hit, sacked a bunch of times already, and another hit right here.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Moore to throw for it on 4th down. Makes the grab. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a two-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, you obviously want to get your receivers the football down here in the red zone, but it's tough to throw it to them because the windows are so small. So I like the idea, handing it off to that guy and seeing if he can do something with his speed.
Got nothing last time. Now 2nd and goal from the 3. Throwing Moore. backs looking for the goal line. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. His third touchdown of the game. That's almost half of his total as he now has 7 on the year. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Back to pass, it's Manning. He's got him in the flat. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The Longhorns want to pick up the tempo.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want.
Turning it on. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle. The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. Offense still out there lining up quickly on fourth down. Fourth down, Manning. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own team.
Maybe some room here. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. Now let's take a look at the stats of what has been a nip-and-tuck affair. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. To the ground, he's got it again. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Running inside, it's Smothers. Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long. They need to get a little closer for a field goal try, and they've got to do it in a hurry. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Flips it out in the flat. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Manning to throw for it on 4th. And it's his 4th interception of the night. Takes it the other way.
How about the big fella? I know this is not in his job description to pick off passes, but the eye-hand coordination, able to get his big paws up there, stabs it out of there. It was like he was almost surprised he had the football, just start rumbling and stumbling once he'd had possession.
Offense changing the play. Dante Moore throws to the wideout, and that one's incomplete. He had his man open that time, but just a little too much heat on that pass, and he got it out in front of him.
And it's tough to tell when you need to throw that bullet in there or when you need to lob it in there and put a little bit more air on it. That time you could tell, just need to put a little bit more air underneath that throw.
Moore to the air. The sure hands, it's Stewart.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Right on the money. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Again, it's Moore. Takes the easy completion. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not...
Makes the grab in their space. Got enough space. Touchdown, Ducks. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
You know, good teams just know how to close games out, and you're seeing that right now with this team, right? Their defense just had a massive takeaway. The offense able to capitalize on that with a touchdown, so they padded their lead. This just speaks to, I think, the experience in the locker room and also the playmakers they have. This game is starting to feel like a blowout.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
And he picked up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. The Longhorns come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Manning. Got it in the middle. It Smothers. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. The Longhorns will hustle to the line.
This defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's the big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
Fires to the big fella. And he was knocked down immediately. Very short pickup on that. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22.
Well, it's a nice job handing off to him and getting the first down, but with the scoreboard looking how it does, you've got to throw the ball. You've got to go hurry up. You've got to get plays run quickly, and you've got to throw it down the field to get back in this game.
Dropping back, it's Morris. And his first pass is incomplete.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
Defense in press coverage. Arch is going to throw for it. This time on target. Breaks free, and he might be gone.
What was that?
Texas. Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. The Longhorns with a huge score to answer.
That is such a great job by the offense, putting together a touchdown drive when they needed it most. Not a lot of time left to go, but if their defense can get them the ball back, they've got an opportunity to kick a field goal and walk out of here with the...
And the ball pops out. Oh, inviting disaster. Kicking team's got it.
Man, this kickoff coverage team, they just get to the ball carrier. They are flying around. They're beating their blocks. And the ability to create a turnover on a special teams play like this, and that is massive. And now it sets them up in great field position.
There's some room. They'll get him on the ground, but he takes it all the way down to the 10.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Smashes through the tackle. Touchdown, Texas! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth. The Longhorns with a huge score to answer.
Man, this is wild late in the game. We're seeing two heavyweight fighters trading blows. The offense scores their last time out. This offense now scores a touchdown here late to get the lead, but there's time left on the clock. Can the defense step up here and make a stop to preserve this win?
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davison. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Pulls it in. It's Johnson. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Moore rushes on him, hauls it in. Give him 9 on that one, sets up a 2nd and 1.
And that is exactly where the football was supposed to go. Offensive coordinators call drag routes, anticipating man coverage. Even though the ball's only traveling 2, 3, 4 yards down the field, if the receiver is able to get a rub and create some separation, the quarterback hits him in stride.
He holds it in, and nobody's close. Touchdown, Ducks! They move on top here on the 4th. The Ducks with the answer.
This is an offense that has so much confidence. They believe they're able to win the game when it matters the most. They've got the playmakers to do it. You saw it on that last touchdown. Now taking the lead with less than 2 minutes to go.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Here's Manning to throw. Gets open down the middle. Few things on offense as reliable as a tough power back as he plows his way ahead to the 33.
And I think the defense doing a really good job of understanding this is late in the game. It matters. Taking away the sidelines, taking away the middle of the field, making him kind of check the football down, go through his progressions, and make that clock tick.
Well, running the ball there and getting the first down is big. You've got 3 timeouts, and this might be a place where you want to just use one here. Catch your breath and get your plan of attack on.
Now the Longhorns will call the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. The run inside. It's Simon. Maybe a crease. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running.
And this offense has got to get somewhere, right? That's a couple plays in a row. Like, the clock is their biggest enemy. So we got to find a way to manufacture, push the ball down the field, make something happen with that clock. But
oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left. And the Longhorns with the 1st and 10. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Simon.
Man, oh man, am I upset at my offensive line to give up penetration that fast? Man, we blinked and missed it.
He barely got the ball and just got destroyed immediately. What a great play. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. Got room on the return. Bust through behind his pad. After the interception, 0 showing on the clock, and that is how we'll end it. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit. They earned this one.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis, saying goodbye, everybody.
Walking the party, I've been.